What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000, back in the place to be, and welcome back to Tera. Now, I've covered Tera multiple times on this channel, and to be honest, the only reason why I'm really coming back to the game is because they released this brand new Valkyrie class, and one really good time to come back to an MMO is when they release a new class, because that's usually when the game gets a population spike, and you can get a better feel for the game because the game is just a lot more active. So I started off with a Valkyrie, and I gotta be honest, I didn't really feel it too much. So I switched over to a Brawler, which is another class I haven't been able to play since I left Tera. As you can see, the highest level character I've ever had in Tera is a level 51 Lancer. I'm a founder as well, so I bought this game at launch with the box price of I think it was $59.99 plus subscription costs of $15 a month. So I bought this game back in the days, and I've just never gotten max level. It doesn't hold me long enough. But we're gonna jump into my Brawler instead, and also have a little ninja over here, a little Christmas hat. What up? So not gonna really look at the Valkyrie here. There's plenty of videos showing off the Valkyrie. This video is more so about Tera itself, not necessarily the new class per se, but like I mentioned, Valkyrie is the newest class to come to the game, so if you want to come back and test out the game right now, now is the best time. Dungeon queues are a little wonky with Valkyrie. As you can imagine, just a bunch of Valkyries, which is a DPS class, actually a squishy DPS class, because when Gunners came out, Gunners were way more able to solo than Valkyries were. So Valkyries do take a little, they're a little squishy, but Gunners could like kill things before they even got to you. So it was a little bit of different atmosphere when Gunners were flooding the dungeon queues as opposed to Valkyries flooding the dungeon queues. So do keep that in mind. If you prefer to run a tank or a healer, now is definitely the time to run one of those. So first things first about Tera, the FPS in this game still sucks. It absolutely does. You can see my FPS at the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, 29 frames per second. I'm running a GTX 980 with an i7, 32 gigabytes of memory. Tera has always not run well, ever, especially if you go into the main town. Not really a very optimized game. So this is my Brawler. On my left click, I have my basic attacks here. On my right click, I have my blocks. So this is the gimmick for Brawler. So if an enemy hits me while I block, I take no damage. And there's different levels of blocking. There's just a regular block and there's a perfect block if I time it just perfectly. I have this quick little dash that I can kind of get away with. I have this ability, which I think is one of the coolest abilities that I've seen in an MMO in a long time. Like straight up, not even joking. And you guys know, I'm the MMO Hopper. I've played almost every MMO on the planet, and I think this right here is one of the coolest abilities ever. She dashes through enemies and carries them with her. So pretty awesome. I can also jump kick them in the air and do this really insane 100 fist combo. That's actually not called 100 fist. It's called meat grinder, which is really good. This is called jackhammer. Just a bunch of punches. I have this ability right here, which is like a pile driver. I have this charge up fist. So some pretty cool abilities right here. Is that all I have? Let me make sure. I have an ability that I have to use at max rage. And actually, while we're talking, what I'm going to do is queue up for the latest dungeon, which is Cultist Refuge. So just in case that pops while we're sitting here. And then I got this high kick. So if you're not familiar with Tera, the combat is very spacebar heavy. Now, I'm sure at the higher levels and the more intricateness of the game, we're already got a dungeon. That's how we do it when you're a tank, baby. I'm sure you don't have to press the spacebar as spammy when you get to high levels, but at my level, really all I have to do is my basic attack, and eventually I'll start a combo, and I can just press my spacebar to keep on going through my abilities. And I'll kind of show that as we go through a dungeon here. So this is a pretty long dungeon. I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole dungeon here. It depends on how fast it goes. Let me see if I can get a few more enchants on here. Just one. And like I said, I have covered Tera multiple times on this channel under the MMO Hopper. So if you want to check out more of a thorough breakdown of all of the systems and things like that, that's definitely available. But this is just more of a reminder that Tera exists. So if you're looking at playing Tera, Like I said, this is a good time to play while there's a bunch of activity in the game right now. I think the Steam charts went up maybe 2,000 users on average or so. Is anyone gonna come follow me? Like, what's going on here? Come hang out with me. Don't you see I'm a founder? I know what I'm doing. You too, Valkyrie chick, Zero Blade. Let's bounce around here. Watch out for that, man. So I'm just gonna run around and just completely bring them all together. And right now I'm just pressing spacebar. I'm just pressing spacebar and I'm just going through my combos. Pretty straightforward. And I could probably nearly solo those things by myself with a full combo. What is our... I think you have to do something over here. Yeah, hit that ward stone. It's been a while since I've been in this dungeon. Did you hit that button? I just assume you did. You can mount in Tera dungeons. Oh, so underrated. You know why you can't mount in most dungeons and MMOs? Because of WoW. That's really it. That's really the only reason. Because WoW. Because WoW did it. So now everyone's like, well, you can't mount in dungeons and blah, blah, blah. No. There's no reasons why you shouldn't be able to mount in dungeons. So let's just kind of drag these guys over here. I'm going to try not to hit my spacebar as loud, you know. You know how mechanical keyboards are. Go in here, do the meat grinder. So dungeons, oh man, I'm at 22 frames per second. And I know a lot of YouTubers will say they get better frames per second when they're not recording. So I use a software called DX Tori, which is a really extremely good recording software. And there is no FPS hit or very little FPS hit when it comes to DX Tori. So my FPS here is pretty much the way it is when I'm not recording. Maybe off by a couple of frames, if that. So that's a little unfortunatos. I also need a pet so I can loot all this stuff. They have auto loot pets in this game, which I really feel like I need to have. Because I hate pressing the F key. And this is one of those games where all the loot just explodes all over the floor. I wonder if I can get these things. Oh, I can do this by myself. And here comes my ultimate rage move. You can't see it because there's so much crap going on the screen. Look at this. I'm just... Oh, I thought I was soloing. I was like, look at this. I'm practically soloing. When I fight a boss, I'll kind of show you the intricacies of Brawler tanking. Not that I'm a pro or anything, but it's a pretty cool gimmick. This used to be a really hard room because of those stupid little spinny things. Those Stone Crusher Golems. It used to be a pretty hard room. Just mess up your combos because I can. Group them all up and DPS them down. This reminds me of Wrath of the Lich King, but way more extreme. Like during the Wrath of the Lich King, it was all about AoE, grab all the mobs, AoE them down. And that's kind of where we are with Brawler at least. Because I just have this really good ability of just getting everyone together and stun locking them with toss-ups and knockdowns and knockbacks. So, and I know Valkyrie can actually suck enemies in as well. So look at these enemies over here. Bring them over here to the group. Screw that up a little bit, but don't worry. I can basically solo this stuff. Ooh, is that a new, No. Thought it was time for a new weapon. Alright, so you see my bar right there under my, above my name there. It's all glowing red. So I have two abilities I can use. I can use an ability that just punches the crap out of people. And the entire time I'm punching the crap out of people, I am doing perfect blocks the entire time. And I'll show you that in a second now that we're fighting an actual boss. We'll do a taunt there, let them know what's up. Now kind of watch my screen there. You see that perfect defense? See that perfect defense? Yeah, see that perfect defense? Oh, FG, oh, FG, oh, one more time. All right, I didn't get it that time. But basically, I'm watching the attacks that the enemy is doing. And when he attacks, I hit my right click and I block it. Straight up, all the damage, blocked. Now, if I'm feeling a little crazy, I can do this ability right here. The entire time I'm punching, I'm taking no damage. Not even a single, I wanted to get out of that red, but I could have just blocked through it. I don't know why I was running like I was some DPSer. All right, so let's get back in there. Let's taunt. Let's actually get back to work here. So through all of the crazy graphics and spell effects, sometimes it's kind of hard to see when the enemy is going to attack, but you can kind of feel for it. If they start moving, you need to start blocking, and also get a free attack if I do a block, or a perfect block, that is. Perfect defense, there it is. And then I can press this button, which is my super powered, I forgot the name of it, but as you can see, I'm just glowing the entire time. So anytime I get hit, I'm just gonna block. It might not necessarily be a perfect block, but if things get kind of crazy and I'm kind of losing it, I can just kind of turn that on and just get nothing but blocks in. Now right now, I'm just gonna just spam right. So I gotta say, Brawler is one of the cooler tanking classes that I've seen in an MMO. That's one thing that Tera does, is that when they add a class to their game, they try to give it a pretty distinct gimmick. And I'll just keep on spamming right. So I can kind of just sit in that, actually. I'm about to go off here in a second. Come on. Hit it. The bad part about having all this stuff on your spacebar. Let's round these guys up. Oh! He just spawned a bunch of ads. What a cool class, man. I gotta tell you, what a freaking cool class when it comes to tanking. Like, just think about that in any of your favorite MMOs where you're doing like a raid and the boss spawns ads. Just imagine if your tank could literally group them all up, no matter where they are, run around, group them up, put them in a nice neat pile, and let the DPS just go crazy on it. Something you just don't see. And we might as well just let this video go out. I'll just go ahead and complete this dungeon here since we already killed the first boss. We're gonna run all the way over here. And if you look at my mini-map, the last boss is in that little blue triangle. And it's actually a pretty cool boss. I want that. It's actually a pretty cool boss. Oh, another thing that WoW did. This, I think, once again, I think this is the only reason why other MMOs do it is because WoW did it. No casting time on your mount. Just get on it. Just press the button. You're on it. So there's a few things that I think Tera does well. Make sure my crew's behind me. Oh, my healer's here. Where the heck is my DPS? You got one job. Follow me and DPS. That's it. Get a close-up of her face there. Alright, let's get off our mount here. Alright, I remember this being a crazy pull too. But watch this. They're all in these nice little rows. I missed one right there. Oh crap. See? Hit my oh crap button. And right now, look at this destruction, guys. I just dinged. Got a full bar of rage as well. Let's just taunt these guys off my healer. I'm gonna get this stupid thing off my screen in a second. Alright. Do I have time to look at a gilf? Please! I just want to look at la 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 la. I don't know what I want. I really don't care. I like utility more than anything. So this is kind of the skill system here. And you can, this has been double damage to a knockdown target, sure. And this has been streamlined before. I remember back in the days you had to actually go to a vendor and buy your gilfs throughout levels. Now you just get the gilfs automatically and you can just assign them. So that just makes everything a lot easier. Alright team, here I come. Sorry about that. Tank on the way. Half-naked tank here with my metal thong. The thong thong, the thong thong. This is another annoying room. All the rooms that used to be annoying are no longer annoying. Look at you. Look at these guys. Let me group these guys up. Oh my goodness. 22 frames per second, however. Tera is not known for his optimization. And another game I'm playing right now that I recently just kind of come back to mess around with is Blade and Soul. Is another game that's notorious for really bad frame rates. Now I know I've mentioned a couple MMOs. Yes, I'm still playing Neverwinter. Neverwinter is still the game. I'm actually level 61 on Neverwinter. So I've been playing Neverwinter pretty hardcore. But with new things, I still like to go back to MMOs that drop new patches. So of course Tera has the Valkyrie patch that just came out. And then Blade and Soul has this patch that kind of streamlined the systems quite dramatically. So I want to go back and kind of test that out a little bit. One thing about Blade and Soul, though, that I never really got past is none of the classes really speak to me. Like, there's a couple of classes I can tolerate, but none of them, like like, speak to me. Like, this Brawler, if I like Tera a little bit more, I would definitely... Oh, you little. You think you guys are funny, huh? Welcome to the meat grinder, buddy. Welcome to the meat grinder. The woman grows bigger. That's something you should not tell anyone. Any woman that's growing bigger, whether it's true or not, don't tell her. So right now I can just sit in that red. No big deal. Not worried about it. Sit in the red, just spam my right click. Oh! I thought I could. Maybe not. Just turn on my rage mode. Oh wow, it actually hurts me. I guess I do have to get out of that. I'm gonna die! Because I keep sitting on the red, but I thought I was indestructible. I thought I was unbreakable. I'm alive. I'm not gonna sing that song, but you know what I'm about to talk about. One really good show on Netflix is what I named my character after, if you're wondering. I can't see her attacks. This is one of the things with these smaller enemies. Like, I can barely see when she attacks. So I'm just kind of like guessing a little bit. And just kind of, I'm gonna get out of that. It's kind of hard to see. And she's doing all these little funky dance moves. So I'm kind of overdoing it a little bit. And like I said, you can press it multiple times if you want to be early. As long as you're not late. That's the only thing. Just don't be late. Get out of that red. Oh, come on. Hey, welcome back to this little circle over here that my cleric was making. Yeah, right now I can't see anything. So that might be a con a little bit. If you're being a tank. These small enemies, I can't see anything, dude. Just wasted my ult there. I guess I'll just DPS. Got 2 life bars left, and we're down to one last boss. GG. Ah, yes. Getting my new weapon. If you guys don't remember, or if you don't feel like watching my last video, this Tera has a system where you get weapons automatically called avatar weapons. So as you hit a certain level, you'll start getting pieces on the ground, and then you just use those pieces to make the best in slot weapon as you level. So they've really streamlined leveling quite a bit. Now this is the last boss, and this is where we'll end the video. Let's get this stupid thing off of the screen. I don't really remember this guy's animations, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let's zoom the camera out a little bit. I think he's just gonna start going forward on me. Yeah, see, he's way easier to read than that other girl because you can see it from a mile away. And I say that I'm gonna get hit, yeah. You can clearly see when to block. Now I'm just gonna go off on you. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Look at him running through me, doesn't matter. Once again, doesn't matter. I am getting hit a little bit. Oop. Then I'm just going to turn it on. Woo! Nice skill cap here with a character like this. I can imagine having a really good brawler in your raid will dramatically decrease on how much mana that your healers have to use. Let me just get out of that. I don't trust red things anymore. Oh! Oh boy! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Block it, FG! Block it, FG! I'm unbreakable. Got 6 life bars left. I have some instant res scrolls and whatnot, so I'll just use them if things come to that. Come on, come on, come on. Get out of that. 12 frames per second right now, guys. So I'm sure the video looks like absolute trash. But this is what you can expect. 36 now. Got a nice little boost. Five life bars left. Slow down quite a bit. I'm just gonna run away from that. Last time I got destroyed. Alright, isn't it? This is where he spawned some stuff? I thought he spawned some things. Okay. Ah! Woo, man. That was my fault, because I thought I had a full rage bar. So I was going to try to eat that with my rage punch ability. My Fist of the North Star ability, but I didn't have enough. So that was a misplay on my behalf. I got saved there by the healer. Like right now I'm using it. Fist of the North Star. Counter punch to the face. I'm just gonna run out of this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I wonder if I can push him around. Nope. He ain't taking my noise. Almost. This is it. Oh, I knew you were going to flip around and try to hit me in my face. Come on. I think I just started my first MMO yesterday? Come on. And there it is. One dungeon completed. And that's Tera. Am I going to stick with Tera this time around? Probably not. For some reason, I just lose my steam when it comes to Tera. No pun intended. Let's see what kind of good loot I got here. I'll show you something else that's pretty cool in this game as well. Can I finish enchanting this? There it is. Fully enchanted. Alright. And I got these wings for free, but they only last 3 days, so don't get comfy. So, one other cool thing about this game is that I wasn't going to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up now. The game knows how to intelligently equip earrings and rings. Only MMO that I've ever seen do that. So if you have 2 rings, it doesn't just equip the same ring over and over and over like all the other MMOs. It'll equip your ring slot 1, and then if it's better than your ring slot 2, then it'll equip ring slot 2 as well. So that's something you don't see very often. So one cool thing that I like what this game does that a lot of other games don't do is that when you get tokens in most games, especially older games, a lot of times you don't know where to turn those tokens in. You don't have a clue on where to turn those tokens in. Check this out. This is a token that I can exchange for level 34 armor and accessories. I right click it, there's the store right there. And I can buy these things directly from this interface easily. So you can when you get tokens in this game, you automatically can just buy stuff right there, wherever you are. So that's a pretty cool touch for an older game. I'm not saying that all new MMOs should do stuff like that, but I think for older games to kind of streamline this and give value to those tokens, because when you're leveling so fast in these games, you don't really get to fully utilize token-based systems like that and rep vendors and all those things that you get in a older MMO or a newer MMO, I should say. So when I think it's a good idea to streamline those type of things later on. So that is Tera. Unbreakable. You got that right. Anyway, so that's Tera. Like I said, I've been playing this game as a founder since day one. I still have never had a max level character, and I don't know if I'm going to have one now. Even though I love the combat, it's just something about the game that just doesn't keep me playing straight through. Like, I've been playing Tera since I came back for the Valkyrie patch, and I'll log in for a couple hours and I'll log off. Log in for a couple hours another few days ago and I'll log off. Nothing like keeps me in the game at all. So that's that. Anyway, guys, my name is FG3000. That's oh, whoa, ladies. Now I'm getting 81 frames per second. Now I'm getting some frames. Zoom out. Let's see what happens now. A little bit better. Little bit better. Anyway, guys, my name is FG3000. I'll see you next video. Later. Blade and Soul, here we come.